Hello, welcome to Passion for Marriages. Thanks for joining us today. This channel is dedicated to growing closer with your spouse through a deeper relationship with God. This coaching video on Passion for Marriages is called The Other 3:16's. You may be asking yourself, what are the 3:16's? Well, they are scriptures found at chapter 3, verse 16 in various books of the Bible. In an earlier episode, we showed that through certain 3:16's, we get the basic message of God's love and redemption with the tools to spread the gospel message of hope. Today, we will explore some of the other 3:16's. In them, we are looking at the saving of His people, His promises of protection, and His promise of the Spirit. The Bible contains many scriptures about the Father saving His people.
Exodus 3 verse 16, Go and gather the elders of Israel together and say to them, The Lord, the God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, of Isaac, and of Jacob, has appeared to me, saying, I have observed you, and what has been done to you in Egypt.
God is speaking to Moses, telling him that He has heard their cries and will bring them into a land of plenty. This marks the beginning of God's plan to deliver the Israelites.
Judges 3 verse 16, And Ehud made for himself a sword with 2 edges, a cubit in length, and he bound it on his right thigh under his clothes.
Ehud killed Eglon the Moab, who was another one of Israel's oppressors.
Judges 3 verse 21, And Ehud reached with his left hand, took the sword from his right thigh, and thrust it into his belly.
God shows His promise of protection.
Jeremiah 3 verse 16, And when you have multiplied and been fruitful in the land, in those days, declares the Lord, they shall no more say, The ark of the covenant of the Lord. It shall not come to mind or be remembered or missed. It shall not be made again.
The Ark of the Covenant is a symbol of God's promise that He will protect His people if they follow His path. Even though many of the Israelites forsook God's path, God will still show grace and mercy to them.
Joel 3 verse 16, The Lord roars from Zion and utters His voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth quake. But the Lord is a refuge to His people, a stronghold to the people of Israel.
God is telling them that they will find refuge if they turn to Him and be His people once again. God's promise of the work of the Spirit is in us. We who are redeemed are God's church, and therefore are the temple of God, and His Spirit dwells in all of us.
1 Corinthians 3 verse 16, Do you not know that you are God's temple and that God's Spirit dwells in you?
Eternity with God is one of His promises in exchange for only a few years of obedience to Him.
2 Corinthians 3 verse 16, But when one turns to the Lord, the veil is removed.
When we turn to the Lord, trusting Him for the forgiveness of our sins and redemption of our souls, our spiritual blindness is taken away and we are given spiritual sight. Through some of the other 16's, we see the promise to save His people, His divine protection, and the promise of the work of the Spirit in us. Thank you for watching today, and please join us next time. Be sure and like, share, and subscribe to our channel to get more videos about building your marriage better. You can drop comments below or send us an email with prayer requests, questions, or comments to passionformarriages@gmail.com. Would you also commit to praying for this ministry? As always, we want to pray a blessing over you straight from Numbers 6:24-26. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make His face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up His countenance upon you and give you peace. Thanks for watching, and have an unbelievable week.